I'm seriously so excited for this call. So Bria has been absolutely crushing it in her business. I'm sure a lot of you, maybe some of you are brand new, but some of you might remember that Bria actually popped into our team page and shared some tips with us before. But I think that from that point, she's shifted her mindset so incredibly much and has improved so much. I mean, it's just crazy. I get messages from Bria this month that are like, here's my goal. And then like the next day she's like, oh, here's my new goal because I hit that goal. And she would just like kept messaging me with new goals like every 3 days. And I was screenshotting these snaps. And I was like, oh my gosh, girlfriend is on fire. So she's going to share all of her best tips with us tonight. And I'm so excited. Bria, I'm going to pass it on your way, girlfriend.
Awesome. Well, I'm really glad that you liked my text because I was like, Emily's probably like, oh my God, go away. You are sending me so many messages. So I'm really excited to talk today, guys. I have like so many notes. So if you see me looking down, that's why. I was like, I don't want to get too sidetracked and lose my train of thought, which I probably will. So I apologize. So making it happen, putting on your CEO pants. So that was kind of a title that I came up with because that's really what I decided. January 1st, I was like, you know what, girl, Bria, you gotta just put on your CEO pants and just get shit done. Because yes, okay, I'm going to throw it back to when my kind of beginning of my coaching. So because a lot of you are new, you probably don't know my story. So my first month, I was really excited about coaching, as most of us are. I hit Success Club 6. I was really pumped. My second month, I hit Success Club 8, and I was like, yes, it's just going up from here. My third month, I did not hit Success Club. I think I was like Success Club 4, and I was like really discouraged. I didn't get my ticket to Summit. And I just let that discouragement kind of bring me down. My fourth month didn't hit Success Club. And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. Like, I can't do this. It's too difficult. And I messaged Emily and I said, girlfriend, I'm just giving you a heads up. I don't think I'm going to coach anymore. And she didn't respond. And I was like, oh, crap. She's mad at me. Anyway, so I spent about a week just not working, not doing anything, just kind of thinking about why I first became a coach and whether or not I wanted to continue. And I decided, yes, I was going to continue coaching because I didn't want to look back or be on social media and see, Emily or Angie or Natalie or Jade or any of those coaches and see them succeeding at something that I very well could have done myself. And I didn't want to be serving 5 days a week and living a life that I just hated when they were out living the dream and, going on these trips and having all this fun and really building a business for themselves when I was just sitting at home doing nothing, hating what I was, hating the life I was living. So I decided, yes, I was going to coach, and I flipped my whole mentality around. And for a couple months, I was really, really strong. And then suddenly I was taking a few days off and I wasn't doing anything. And I would come back and I would try to catch up. And I was trying to message like 20 or 30 people a day, which sometimes that's okay. But for me, I got really overwhelmed. So I was not working, then working a day or two, getting really overwhelmed again, and then not working. And it obviously did not work for me. And I continued to hit Success Club, but it was a struggle. Like every single month, I was like on the last wire, the last hour, trying to make it happen. And like, luckily I did, but I was having to call in favors with friends. And like, I was pushing hard on those last few days. And I got to a point where I was like, why am I pushing so hard on these last few days when I could have 30 days to push and really make a change? So fast forward to December, and again, I started to slack off, and we had so many staff parties and family get-togethers, and so many of my friends have birthdays in December, and we were eating out all the time, and I was drinking, and I was sitting there, and I had weighed myself, and I was like, I'm up 8 pounds over Christmas, and I'm like, would any top coach be doing this right now? Would any top coach, would Melanie Mitro, would Amy Silverman, Angie, would Emily, like anyone, would they be out there drinking and eating their face off and expecting to see results in their business? And I was like, no, that's not what CEOs do. Like, this is not okay. So January 1st came, and I'm not a type of girl to make resolutions. I'm usually like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not going to stick to them. So I decided this is not a resolution. This is my year, and I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to make it happen. Like, I'm putting on my CEO pants, and I'm going to be consistent. That's the thing I thought to myself. Bria, if you were consistent every single day, imagine what you could accomplish. So that's what I did. I sat down, and I don't know if you guys remember, if you're new, Emily had a call and she talked about the 12-week year and really breaking your year down into 12 weeks instead of the entire year, because if you think of a year, how long it is, a lot of people will make a goal for that end of the year and they don't push for it until October or November. And by then it's too late. So I sat down and I wrote out every single thing I wanted to accomplish in the next 12 weeks. And I broke it down by, I took my big goals that I wanted at the end of those 12 weeks and I broke them down into months. And by then I broke it down even farther. And I really sat down and planned out what I needed to accomplish. I planned out every single week. I planned out, how much weight I was going to lose each month, what I was going to do. I was going to do, I'm going to do a sneak peek into coaching. I'm going to drink my Shakeology every day. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do, something for Instagram every single day. I'm going to be consistent. And for me, I was like, yes, I've been consistent in the past, but when it comes down to it, I'm not as consistent as I needed to be. And I knew that. And that was a gut check moment for me. And I really had to have that, like, okay, Bria, get it together. You can't work out 3 days a week and eat like crap and expect people to respect you as a health and fitness coach. So I wrote out my goals and I put them where I can see them every single day. I have a board right in front of me. Here, I'll just show you guys. I have a board. And those are like a ton of goals. I've got, this was a call with Emily that was like amazing. And I wrote down a ton of notes. And this is my diamond downline. And this is my current downline and my leadership ladder. Like everything is there. And then I've got my, my month board. So current followers on Instagram and when I'm going to run my sneak peek and I'm going to get 2 coaches to go Emerald and how many pounds I want to lose and how many I currently have lost. And then I've got my boot campers down here and next month's boot campers over here. Like everything is documented. I knew what program I was going to start with. I started with T25 today and I was super, super excited about it. I started January 1st with 21 Day Fix because I knew 3 weeks in my head was easier to commit to than 60 days or 90 days. And I was like, if I'm going to get this ball rolling, I need to do a program I enjoy. So that's when I picked and I loved it. And I followed the nutrition guide to a T, which I've never done before. And guys, that was a game changer. I lost 6 pounds in 21 days. And from there, I was like, oh my God, I truly, truly believe in these programs now. And not that I didn't before, but now I had experienced what it can really do for not only my body, but my mind was clear. My everything was just working better. I was happier. I had more energy. My workouts were like, by the end of those 3 weeks, I was pushing like crazy and it was just amazing. Anyway, I was drinking my shakes every single day and I messaged Emily one night and I literally had this moment where I was like, it's been 2 weeks since I've had a binge. I am a classic binge eater, guys. Like I used to raid the fridge at night and I would eat like everything in there. And I would go to bed and I would wake up in the morning and I'd feel bloated and I'd feel gross. And I would do like 2 workouts that day and I would eat like nothing. And then next day I would binge again, because it's this vicious cycle. And I messaged Emily and I said, I haven't had a binge in 2 weeks. And it's because of my shakes, because I'm drinking them every single day. Not only are they helping my cravings, but they're chocolate. So it's like a treat. And I added sprinkles to them, but like whatever, sprinkles don't have calories, right? So that was like my treat. And I made sure, they have, Shakeology has like energy, like you get energy from it. I mean, it's got B12 and everything in it, but I was having them kind of later in the day because that's when I knew I was going to binge. So I became very self-aware of what my flaws were and kind of how I was going to combat them. So I know I love carbs at night. I know I do. So I would have my 1 piece of toast with my eggs and avocado in the morning. I work in a breakfast restaurant, guys. So I'm constantly surrounded by bacon and eggs and skillets and hollandaise and bennies. And I was like, nope, I'm going to stick to the plan. Like I'm having my 1 piece of toast, my 2 eggs, a little bit of, avocado. And when I get home, I'm going to have a lunch and then I'm going to get my workout. Like I planned everything out. For the first time ever, I sat down and planned out meals. I planned out 3 days of meals at a time. And that made about 6 or 7 days worth of meals because they make, however many portions. And I just stuck to it and it was easy because I knew I had a plan. And I wasn't having these cravings because I wasn't coming home starving and had nothing ready in the fridge. I was able to go, okay, well, today I'm having, my whatever it was, and it was planned out and it was prepared and it wasn't hard to do. So that was the nutrition side of things really started to flow. So of course, as I was losing weight, I noticed on Instagram, I was getting tons of comments of like, do you look great? Or, whatever it is, because they were tightening up a little bit and I wasn't losing a ton of weight, but the inches were like melting off. Like suddenly I have like a little bit of abs going on and I'm like, where did these come from? Like, this is nice. Like 21 days and I've got like a little bit of abs. Yay. Anyway, so I started to really feel like I was able to lead others because I was able to lead myself. And that felt really amazing because I was someone that was never able to stick to a nutrition guide. Years ago, I lost about 20 pounds and I gained all of them back. And I've just been that yo-yo dieter. So for me, putting on my CEO pants meant that I had to take myself seriously and that I had to lead by example, because people aren't going to lead by what you say. They're going to lead by what you do. And that's so important, right? As fitness coaches, you can go out there and say, you guys got to work out and you got to eat right. But if you're not doing it, no one's going to follow you. No one's going to want to work with you if you can't do it yourself, right? I had to have that moment, and this was my month, and I'm like on fire right now. Like I just finished T25, and actually my sister-in-law came over and did it with me, and she was like dying. And not that I was like excited that she was dying, but I was okay. And I was like, hey, like I'm kicking ass right now. And it was like pushing me to like push her. And we had so much fun. And by the end of it, she was so happy that she did it. And like, that set my soul on fire. I was so excited for her. Oh, sorry. Wow. That was quite the rant. Okay. So I started to notice also how I was approaching people was a lot different. I was approaching people with confidence and I wasn't desperate. That's the thing I found in the past, because I was spending so much time not working, that when I was desperate for people to say yes to me. And people can feel that, guys. Like if you're tired and you're talking to people, they can feel that. If you're desperate and you're talking to people, they're like, ugh, like, why are you talking to me? Like, I do not want to work with you. Like, I can guarantee you they can feel it. So if I was ever tired, I was sucking back energized and I was getting like myself pumped up. Because if you like, think about it, if you're messaging a best friend and they are like tired or they're upset or something's wrong, you can tell. Even if it's through a text, like they can tell. So your customers or potential customers can tell that. Another thing I started doing, guys, and I've never done this before, and I've been told so many times, create a vision board. Create a vision board. It's so important. And I had never done it before. And I sat down and I actually did it. And I started to really think, like, I was flipping through magazines and pulling out pictures I liked, but I was like, what do I really want on my vision board? And something I actually was like, I want to do this was I want to be on a big Beachbody stage one day, and I want to speak in front of thousands of people, which is terrifying, but it's something I love doing. And I actually coached hockey for years. So I've done a lot of talks with younger women's teams or girls teams or whatever. So for me, that was like, yeah, it's terrifying, but it's exciting. And like a day later, Emily was like, dude, will you speak on this call? And I was like, yes, I will. Like, this is amazing. It's just something that when you have a vision board and you have goals that you see every single day, it really does start to come to fruition. Like, is that the right word? Is that a word? Fruition? Is that? Yeah. Okay. Anyway. And I've just started noticing that everything is clicking, and I've just kind of, I don't know, what you put out to the universe comes back to you. If you guys haven't listened to The Universe Has Your Back or read it, do it. It is life-changing. I've started being less stressed. I've started letting things happen and knowing that I'm on this path for a reason. And it's just, you have to listen to it, guys. You just have to. Anyway, another huge change that I made, guys, and again, this is not new information, but it's something that Emily said, was you do not have a business if you're not tracking your activities. If you don't track your activities, you have a hobby. And I was like, mind blown. I've never tracked my business before. I have my old notebook. I would write down lists of people that I had talked to, but I really hadn't ever tracked anything. So, and you guys can see how inconsistent I am, because like this is one of my last lists. This was my Hey Girls. They're all empty for those days. And these are my invites, and there's like half of them. And I mean, even these days, these are the days you can see I was inviting like 10 people a day because the day before there was like nothing. So I had tracked people, but I hadn't tracked business activities. And that was seriously a game changer. If you guys haven't done that yet, do it, because I have never been so consistent, and it's only been 2 weeks, but I've noticed such a big difference. All of this is in the FitBoss Squad in the files section. I printed off the weekly scorecard. I also printed off the list of 100, and I just started utilizing them, guys. And something you should know about me is when I went to university, I graduated with honors, and I graduated at the top of my class. And something that I always did and I was known for was I studied all the time. I was constantly working on assignments and studying even while I was going to school and working, because I knew that I had an assignment due and I had a due date and I had to make it happen. Making it happen. So I decided to treat this like school. And I've never failed anything in my life. And the first week I wrote it down, I got a 70. And I was so disappointed in myself. And I don't know what a 70 is anymore. I think it's like a C or B minus or something. Anyway, but I was like, Bria, you don't get Bs. You do not get Cs. This is not you. But look at this. All of these yellows are for the invites. And those are me not inviting. So for 6 days out of 7 days, I didn't invite anyone. And I was like, holy crap, Bria, what are you doing? If you're not inviting anyone, who's going to know like that you have this opportunity for them? Fast forward to last week, I got a 94. I even wrote, woo. And I had one day where I missed it. And I was home for like 20 minutes that day. I got my workout in and I did everything else. But I was very aware of the fact that that day was going to be an off day. But 94 from a 79 the week before. And I was like, oh, you know what? It's not difficult, guys. It's the vital behaviors. And this is not new. This is something that every elite or top coach will say and repeat because it works. So I thought I would just kind of go through with you guys. I don't know how long I've even been on here, but I'm just going to keep talking.
You can go as long as you want, Bria.
Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd kind of go through, especially for you new coaches, to kind of like break it down, because yes, we're told do the vital behaviors, but until you really get a routine of it, and you'll create your own routine of it, you almost spend so much time thinking like, oh my God, what do I have to do? I've got this down to a science where I can get my power hour done in like 45 minutes, and then I can go on with other things that I want to accomplish in my day or in my business or whatever it is for that day. So workout, obviously, working out. Shakeology, obviously, I have that right after my workout. 20 minutes of personal development. Now, my ride to work in the morning is about 10 minutes. My ride home is about 10 minutes. I use Power Pockets, just like Natalie's talked about before. I'm pretty sure that's the right word. But I really utilize the time in my car as my time for personal development, because I know throughout the day I don't really have any other time for it. So in my car, I listen to it. When I'm at work, for the first 30 minutes, I'm setting up my servery, I'm getting everything ready because I open in the morning. I have it on during that as well. So I'm constantly listening to it while I can, and it usually adds up to about 40 minutes a day. And then if I do want to at night, I spend about another 10 minutes a night reading a different book. And I really went out and I picked up books that really spoke to me. I picked up one that's called Leading Women, and it's all about really successful women. I just kind of got into that one, so I can't say how it is yet. And then I picked up one that is called, what's it called? Seducing People, basically how to get people to buy something that you're selling. And not that I think that we are salesy, but we definitely are in the business of getting people to want to work with you and kind of seducing them, right? So it's more so about advertising, but it's fascinating to me. And these are things that I want to work on. So think about where maybe you're lacking. Maybe it's communication, maybe it's your social media, and pick up a book and read it. And you don't have to read every single thing that's recommended in the team page. I mean, mind you, they're amazing books. So if you don't have anything to start, then obviously start there. But branch out and find out where you want to work on, because we're all different. We all have different areas that we need to work on or maybe improve, right? Like there's always room for improvement. So that's how I get my personal development done. And I do that every single day. I don't listen to music on the way to work because I find that's kind of a waste of time. Staying connected in the team page. So guys, this isn't new. Emily posts in there at least once a day, usually 2 to 3 times a day, and she posts gold. Like Emily, there's a reason Emily is in the position she's in is because she works her ass off every single day, and she shares with all of us how to do that as well. Like, I would not be a coach without Emily. Like, none of us would. Even Courtney was telling me she was a coach years ago and she quit, and because her upline didn't really talk to her at all. It wasn't helpful, and she didn't want to do it. And luckily she found Emily, and now, you know, she's rocking it. But where would we be if we didn't have a leader that led us? I mean, there's so many coaches out there that just kind of bring you on and then let you fall. You know, they kind of are like, okay, you got this. Like, no, Emily takes the time every single day to teach us something, to share her knowledge on whatever she's learned that day or whatever she thinks that maybe we need to work on. So be in the team page and be interactive, and think about when you were a new coach and how maybe terrified you were, and get on those new posts, you know, the new girls that are in there, and welcome them to the team. Be like, we're the squad. We're the Fit Boss squad. Like, we are a team, guys. Like, yes, this is your business, but there's a reason we're on a team. It's because we can't do this alone. Like, you really need your support system, and you need to be able to ask questions. And if you're a terrified new coach, you're not going to ask questions if you think that no one's going to answer you or no one's going to take you seriously. Like, you need that. And especially success partners too. You need a success partner. Like, I talk to mine almost every single day, and it's amazing because you're either, you know, you either have a moment of, you know, you need to talk about your weakness, or you have a brilliant idea and you need help figuring out how to go about it. Like, they're there for a reason, and we support each other. And there's nothing stronger in the world than women that support each other. Like, it's amazing. I look forward to getting to that team page every single day because it's so positive. Like, it's just, Emily, you've created an amazing atmosphere. So thank you for that. I think we can all appreciate that. 3 social posts. This is something I struggle with. I usually get 2 up a day. This week I was pretty good, but being able to share value. So not just putting up a selfie and saying, oh, I worked out today. Like, share your why. Actually, I had really good notes on this, so I'm going to find that. Okay. I find, especially as a new coach, we're constantly trying to create content instead of documenting what we're doing. I don't think we realize, because as a whole, we're very, you know, we aren't the norm. A lot of people in the world are very overweight and they have very unhealthy habits, and we are kind of the, you know, the 1% or whatever that really does have healthy habits, and we just kind of think that's normal because we do it, but it's not. So I've been really utilizing the Instagram story, the like whatever that is, and I've just been kind of sharing little things throughout the day that I do that maybe not everyone does, or just little bits of me so that people get to know me versus, you know, the kind of very not filtered, but the very, you know, perfect pictures that I put up on my Instagram. Because yes, you want your Instagram pictures to be beautiful, but the Instagram story is kind of like how people get to know you as a person instead of just as, you know, a beautiful picture. So I've been sharing kind of my daily routine. If I'm cooking, I'll share that. If I'm meal prepping, like tomorrow I'm going to be buying groceries, and I'm going to kind of go through everything that I do to meal prep and to get my fridge ready for the week. And it's just little things that you do, guys, that you don't realize you're doing, and you can be sharing, and that's content right there. Yeah, anything that has to do with health and fitness, or, you know, like okay, funny story, side note. We were working out and we left the door open because it got really hot and sweaty in here. And my neighbor's cat ran into our house and wouldn't leave. So I like whipped out my phone and was like recording it. And I was like, I don't own a cat, but this cat is in my house. And like, I'm sure someone's going to get a laugh out of that. Like, that's just part of my day, right? Like, that has nothing to do with health and fitness, but it was hilarious. And I was like, I need to share this with everyone. Like, this is too funny. But like, guys, you want your people, your niche, whoever's, you know, following you, you want them to see that side of you. You want them to feel like they're your friend and they're part of your life. Like, that's how I felt when I first saw Emily's page. I was like, this girl's amazing. I wish I was friends with her. And then she posted about wanting coaches, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Anyway, finding your people, finding your niche. We all seem to think everyone out there is a Beachbody coach. Like, oh my God, I can't find anyone. Everyone's a Beachbody coach. Yes, there's a lot of us. There's like 460,000 people that are Beachbody coaches. But that doesn't mean that everyone out there is a coach. Think of how many people in the world there are, right? Like just because we're surrounded by it, and maybe our Facebooks are too, because we follow each other and we support each other, that doesn't mean that everyone's Facebook is. And you posting your content, you're never going to overwhelm people, because especially with Facebook algorithms and Instagram algorithms, they're not going to see all of your posts. So you need to be posting those 3 to 5 times a day so that people even see one of them. Like that's the crazy part. Finding your niche. So you really have to figure out who you are and what you stand for. And lately I've been really pushing, you know, body positivity and accepting yourself. And I found my followers have kind of jumped because I am finding my niche. I'm starting to find my voice, and I'm starting to really find my way on social media, because not that I was new to it, but I think there's always learning to be done. And I'm definitely not a pro yet. So once I consider myself a pro, I will still keep learning, because it's always changing. Social media is constantly changing. Okay. Figure out your voice and talk to those people. So don't talk to the person that you are now, because the person that you are now is someone that has developed and changed and adapted. Talk to the person that you were before you got into health and fitness. What did that girl need to hear? What did she need to see? And be a role model for her, because that's so important. Before you got into health and fitness, who did you follow? Why did you follow them? And why? What impacted you? Like, what did they say that impacted you that thought, maybe I can do this? You know, like what changed? So when you're posting, try to focus on the why. So why do I do this? Insert action. You know, why do I work out? How does it make me feel? What sets you apart? Like what sets you apart is your why, not your what. Not, I got my workout in today. It's why did I get my workout in today? So I just posted and I said, why did I work out today? I worked out today to make myself proud. Because I know if I go to bed and I haven't worked out, I'm not proud of myself the next day. I'm like, you know what? I did have 20 minutes. I could have worked out. Like last night, I was freaking exhausted, and it was 8:30, and I was like, I just want to go to bed. I need to get up at 5. And I was like, you know what? I have yoga. Like, it's going to make me feel better. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to have a great sleep. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and I'm going to be proud of myself that I finished that whole 21 days, right? Like, focus on your why. Why am I drinking these shakes? Courtney's post on Sunday was absolutely perfect. If you guys haven't seen her post, go check it out. She's not salesy. She's not saying, this is my Shakeology and these are the benefits and you need to buy it. She was saying, this is why I drink it. These are the benefits. This is what I feel when I drink it. And this is why, you know, why I use it. So why do I work out? Why do I love coaching? So yesterday on my timeline, or my little story, I showed a picture of my talk that I'm putting on today. And I kind of blocked out all of the actual words, but I had the title, and I said, I'm so excited to go and talk with all my girls tomorrow. Like, I can't explain how excited I am, whatever it is. That's one, it's intriguing for people that don't know what coaching is. And two, it shows that, you know, this is part of my life. This is what I do. This is why I do it and why I love it. Like, it feeds my soul. So guys, your actions, they motivate others, like not your words, which is, I've mentioned that before. So showing people that this business works, show them that the products work. You don't need to say, this is the product and I'm selling it. You need to say, this is the workout I did today and I felt absolutely amazing and this is why I love it. And when you put up pictures and you are, you know, day 1 to day 21 or day 1 to day 30 or whatever, how long your program is, and you're showing them results, you're showing them that 1, you're in the trenches with them, and 2, that you're getting results, like that's amazing. And people will follow, like they want to see those results before they're going to jump on board with you. They're not going to jump on board if you've never gotten results, because what are they going to get out of that? Nothing, right? Your health and fitness are your business, so you need to take it seriously, and you need to get yourself results before you can expect others to want to work with you. That's all I've got there. Working out, okay. So obviously we all work out daily, but I feel like you really need to be sharing it, right? Moves of the day, or posting in your storyline or whatever, what workout you're doing today. I've been doing that, and I have people asking me, what are you doing? What program is that? And I post afterwards. The other day I did before, and it was like smiling. Then I was like after, and I was completely drenched, and I put, 25 minutes and I'm dying. And today I put another one up where I was sweating, and I put sweat harder than me in 25 minutes, right? Like, that's not being salesy. That's just me showing that in 25 minutes, I'm absolutely drenched, and it's not an easy workout. And if they want to join me, they're more than welcome to message me, right? Okay. All right, guys, we're getting to the end. So my challenge to you guys is pick a program whether you're doing one right now or maybe you're already partway through, but commit to it 100% and focus on you. And not that I'm saying don't focus on your challengers or don't focus on your business, but take that time, that 30 minutes, that 45 minutes, whatever it is, focus on you that time for that time of the day and watch your business grow, because I can guarantee if you're doing the vital behaviors and you are a product of the product, people will work with you and people will get results because you are truly, truly passionate about what you do. And if you're not passionate about it, guys, then you need to get passionate. You need to get yourself results. And if you're a brand new coach, obviously, like, you're brand new to this, maybe you haven't done a workout, or not a workout, but you haven't done a program fully, that's okay, but document it, share it, be authentic with it, and really, bring people along the process with you. I had done Beachbody workouts before, but I'd never done a full program before coaching. And so when I started, I just was sharing what I was doing. And you learn along the way. And if you guys listen to Amy Silverman's The Wake Up Call today, like she said, fail forward. Like your first year as a coach, first of all, you need to give it that first year, because those first few months are overwhelming. And then after that, you're starting to kind of find your way, but you're still learning. And not that you're never done learning, but that first year is really where you kind of find your feet. And she says, as a baby, when you start to learn to walk, you don't just stop because you didn't do it. You practice and you learn, and you finally learn to walk. And from there, you learn to run. And I mean, she's been a coach for 6 years, and she's been a 4-time, top 10. Like, obviously, what she's saying is don't give up. Put 2 feet all in and run with it. Like, I was going to quit after 3 months, and now I'm aiming for elite this year. Like, I don't know, like, give yourself at least 6 months or a year and really focus on it, because this business isn't for some special little butterfly, like Emily likes to say. Everyone that is a top 10 coach or an elite coach is just a person who decided to go all in and decided that they could do this. And guys, really, you can do this if you want to. And I believe that everyone in here can, but you really have to make that decision that you are going to be the CEO of your own business and treat it that way. If you're doing something and you're like, would an elite coach do this? And you say no, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it, right? Like, be real with yourself, have a reality check, and just go from there. Like, guys, all of these top coaches and elite coaches are telling you the same things every single day. Do your vital behaviors, do your workouts, drink your Shakeology. They're saying it for a reason, because it freaking works. All right. That's all I've got for you guys. And my last note here is get over your damn self and put in the work. That's all I got.
You crushed it, girlfriend. Seriously, I have so many notes. I saw everybody in the chat feed was like, oh my gosh. If anybody has any questions, feel free to type them really quickly, but I feel like you covered everything so completely. I thought it was incredible. I'm glad we got to recording on that. What would you say has been your biggest pivotal personal development book? Do you feel like one really sticks out to you?
The Universe Has Your Back.
I actually have that right here, you guys. It's a great book.
It's something that she just talks about, the energy that you put out into the world comes back to you. And I am kind of chronically a negative person, and it's something that I have to work on daily, because if there's something negative in a situation, I will find it and I will focus on it. So I have to really focus on day-to-day being happy in the moment and finding the happiness in that moment. Like, yes, I'm getting up for work at 5 a.m. every day, and I hate getting up early, but I have a great job that provides me money to pay my bills. And, it's the little things that you have to find. But she's so amazing when she talks about the universe, and it really has calmed me as a person and let me know that whatever I'm doing is for a reason, and whatever path I'm on will lead me the right way. And I don't know, if something for me that I really needed to hear, and I absolutely loved it. Also, You Are a Badass. That was one of the first books I read, and it was phenomenal, and it really made me go, okay, I can do this, right? Girl Code, that one was amazing as well. That really made me get over my jealousy of other women in business and other coaches. I would kind of see people on the Success Club board, and I'd be like, well, like, I can't do that. Like, she's better than I am. Like, I can't do it, whatever. And I'd be really negative. So that was another really great one that really reminded me that her success is not my failure. And that, she's succeeding, but so can I. And there's people out there that will want to work with me that maybe don't want to work with her. And we are all our own people. I think that's the biggest thing we have to realize, is that we all have something different to offer. And that's why we need to put it out there, because someone out there needs your help. I can guarantee that.
Absolutely. There is no scarcity out there. There really isn't. But if you actually start to share your story, your unique story, you don't try to be somebody else, your people are actually going to be able to find you, which is really cool. And I think that's what's happening here is I've seen you start really, really sharing your story. And I think it's just paying off tremendously.
I think it's being aware. I don't think I was aware of my story for a long time. And it really took me a long time to figure out, whoa, I'm a binge eater. Like, whoa, like I need to maybe chill out on buying things that I can binge on at night and just buying things that are healthy and preparing them. And just being prepared for me was the biggest thing because I would come home and I'd be starving and I'd be like, oh, there's a bag of chips. Like, I'm just going to mail on that for a little bit. That won't make that much of a difference. And clearly it does.
Did you do anything specifically to dig deeper in your story? Was there like a day where it like clicked for you? Or was it just kind of over time you figured out that's your place, that's your niche?
I think it was either you or another top coach, and I was listening to their call and I think it was you, and you said, write down your story, figure out what your story is because it's so pivotal in finding your voice. And yeah, I wrote down, I don't even remember what book it is. I wrote down from the moment I quit figure skating to the moment I quit hockey to when I put the weight on to when I lost it to when I put it back on again. I went through everything. I think I wrote like 12 pages worth. And I really kind of figured out what my story was. And I'm still working on my story. It's always a work in progress. And you kind of really have to, I think the thing is I don't think I wanted to be aware of it. I don't think I wanted to realize that, okay, Bria, you have a problem and you probably need to fix it before, you can really move on. And I had to be very aware of it. And I shared it with my fiance and I said, look, I need your help. I can't sit here and eat this entire thing and be okay. Like, I need you to either help me get over this or help me, stay away from the fridge when I need to. And the other night I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I'm bored. And maybe because that's when I would binge, guys, is I would binge when I was, it was late at night and no one was around, because if no one sees me eat it, then the calories don't count. Or I would binge when I was bored and I had to be aware of it. And that was part of my story. And I feel like a lot of people can benefit from that because a lot of people are the same way or have a similar story and they don't know. A lot of people don't share that on Instagram or social media. People don't really want people to know that. But if I can help one person that way, then I will, right? I think so much of what we hide or what we cover up is something that someone really needs to hear. You have to be vulnerable. And I think the more vulnerable you are, the more authentic you are, and the more people are going to be attracted to you.
That was another gold nugget right there. I love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, I want to snap a quick picture. Well, everybody smile, Bria. I want a picture of you as well. So everybody smile really big.
I want one too.
Smile. It's beautiful.
Okay, hold that. I want one. Yay. Okay.
Yay. That was an amazing call, Bria. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Seriously, that was absolutely phenomenal. I think I learned so many things. So I hope that everybody else did as well. I will have the recording up really fast. Quick note, you guys, if you're not on a Team Cup team, get on a Team Cup team. You have until the end of January to sign up. But I know that was a huge, huge, huge pivotal point in my business, having to come together as a team of 5 and crush Success Club goals. I know there's just been so many coaches who have had like the Team Cup is where everything changed for them. Sign up. It's free. You get prizes for doing your normal job. It's really cool.
Oh, Lindsay had a question here. I didn't see it.
Oh, grab it.
Do you think it's beneficial to post organically over cultivating a stock of photos? I was actually talking with one of my Success Club partners, or one of my partners the other day. I think it was today, actually. Kimberly, was that today? Yes, I think so. Was it yesterday? Okay. Well, we were talking and she was like, I have so many great things to share today. Like, should I share them all today or should I wait? And I was kind of like, you know what? Like, it's really, I tend to take like 1,000 photos when I'm taking them. And some of them are in different lighting. Sometimes I'll even change like my sports bra or my hair. And I'll share some, like I'll save some of those ones. But some days it's okay to share like 6 or 8 photos. And the other day I only share 3. Like, it's really up to you and how you really want to portray it. I think it's great to have a couple photos that you've stockpiled for a rainy day. Maybe you're not feeling well or maybe you're really, really busy that day. I kind of always have, like, if I see really awesome quotes, I will often screenshot them and then I'll make them my own. And I post those when I really have nothing else to share. Because some days there are those days, guys, you're like, oh, I have nothing to share today. And it's super important that you don't just disappear. Because if you disappear off social media, you are like you're gone off people's radars if you're gone for a day. That's just how quickly people move on. But I don't think you want, like, and actually I can't remember what top coach it was, but they actually said they recycle pictures or captions, and not all the time, but I mean, if you scroll far enough down, like, you might see the same picture, but it's okay to be sharing that, because a lot of the time, if you're growing your network, it's going to be a lot of different people seeing that. And sometimes it's like I've seen Natalie and Emily, they took like a little photo shoot together. They do that quite a bit. And then, you know, they're similar photos, but you can still put a whole new caption to it and you can still utilize them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's smart too, you guys. If you ever like have any friend at all, so hopefully every single one of you at least has one friend in your life, go out with an iPhone and take pictures of each other. Ask them to take pictures of you. Kind of get over that like self-conscious, like this is weird thing. Natalie and I, because she lives in town, I used to make Nick do this before Natalie was in my life, or even my little sister. We would just take my iPhone out and take pictures of each other. And that's just how I stockpile pictures for social. So I think that that's really smart to do, even if it's not a coach, you know, even if you have a friend or a significant other or a family member. If you're serious about upping your social game, that's really smart to stockpile on good pictures like that, because those filler posts, they're really pretty and perfect. So they can just kind of have like a quote with them and be really eye appealing for Instagram, I feel like.
And something Amy Silverman said today was she started, you know, not having like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said she started kind of coaching on her terms, and she started sharing things of her life. Like a lot of the time she posts, you know, beautiful pictures of the scenery or them hiking or whatever it is. So find whatever you love in your life and share that, because your people will find you that way, right? If someone that, you know, if you love hiking and you don't ever share that, then someone else that loves hiking may not, you know, find you. So it's sharing little things like that you maybe love to do that maybe aren't necessarily related. But like she shares a lot of pictures of her dogs and like stuff like that. But people want to be relatable. It doesn't always have to be, you know, you flexing or whatever.
Exactly. It can be a little bit deeper, y'all. So if you have hobbies or whatever, you can share those too. Anything that you can add value to other people's lives makes you valuable. So always think about that. Like what do you have going on in your world? And that's something that you can share. So I think we got all the questions. I'm really, really, really glad that you were able to talk to us tonight. I'm going to get this recording up ASAP. Thank you guys all for hopping on. Have a good night, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Bria. Everybody say thank you, Bria.
Bye.
Bye.